Coming up, new details tonight on a deadly officer-involved shooting involving 4 Fargo police officers. A local pro-life group is turning to prayer to prevent a Fargo abortion clinic from moving to Moorhead. And how North Dakota schools are implementing the law banning critical race theory. Hello and welcome to the Nightly Review. I'm Tom Tucker. We begin with a look at tonight's headlines, then a one-on-one conversation focused on a brand new multi-million-dollar water park and hotel planned for Fargo. Details on the wave and how backers for the project say it will serve as a magnet for further commercial development in the city. But first tonight, the Fargo Police Department has named the officers who shot and killed a man in Mapleton on Monday. Sergeant Travis Moser, Detectives Josh Heller and Ryan Jasper, and investigator Jordan Corte are all on administrative leave following the incident. 35-year-old Andrew Martinez held up in his home for more than 5 hours before coming out with a rifle and engaging the officers. The North Dakota BCI is now investigating the officer-involved shooting. The North Dakota Attorney General's office is reviewing evidence in the deadly shooting by a Fargo police officer in early July. Shane Netterville was shot on July 8th after officers responded to the 1500 block of 34th Street South after 3 men appeared to be slumped over inside a van in a garage. Court documents indicate Netterville drove the van toward the officers and was then shot by Officer Adam O'Brien. Netterville died later at the hospital. O'Brien is an 11-year veteran with the police department. A Fargo man is pleading guilty after police say he stabbed a woman while they were driving in a van, forcing the woman to jump from the vehicle. Tyler Molnar is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and theft. The 28-year-old has pleaded guilty to all 3 charges. The incident happened the night of February 12th, when witnesses say the woman jumped from the van on 42nd Street South while the van was traveling about 30 miles an hour. Molnar is now set to be sentenced on October 3rd. The Fargo Police Department is warning the public of a high-risk sex offender living in the area. Authorities say Charles Carrington is living at 735 14th Street North. He was convicted of sexual abuse of a minor in U.S. federal court in May of 2006. His victim was a 12-year-old girl he assaulted over a 2-year period. Carrington is a lifetime registrant. A newly formed group in North Dakota is dedicated to stopping the move of a Fargo abortion clinic across the Red River to Moorhead. A representative for Pro-Life Action Ministries says their options are limited legally, but say they're starting 40 days of prayer at the planned site in Moorhead beginning tomorrow. We're told the site location has not been announced publicly for security purposes. Supporters of the abortion clinic have raised nearly $1 million for the move. North Dakota Superintendent of Public Instruction is talking about what school boards, administrators, and teachers are doing to comply with the new state law banning critical race theory.
We brought together people who are involved, our school board members, our school administrators, our school teachers. We brought those associations together and said, we need to get clearer about what schools are expected to do in order to implement the law as the legislators had intended.
Kirsten Basler also says school boards are now required to inform parents of the process, allowing them to review instructional materials. Districts are also not allowed to provide teacher professional development, which includes CRT content. While schools and districts are now required to follow the new law, final rules to implement the law are expected to be approved by a legislative council coming up in November. In sports news tonight, the North Dakota State Bison hit the practice field to prepare for the 2022 season. The Bison enter the new season as the favorites to win the FCS National Championship once again. The team returns 13 starters and open the season a month from today at home against Drake. The Bison will host Youngstown State, San Diego State, North Dakota, North Carolina A&T, and Illinois State. On the road, the Bison will face Arizona, Western Illinois, South Dakota, Indiana State, and Southern Illinois. North Dakota transportation officials are urging caution and awareness on the roads with a big Sturgis motorcycle rally happening this coming weekend. The rally is held in Sturgis, South Dakota, but thousands of bikers from across North Dakota and across the country will make their way to western South Dakota for the festivities. The North Dakota DOT is urging motorcyclists to wear their helmets and protective gear and follow the posted speed limits. Drivers are reminded there will be more bikers on the road this weekend. In Minnesota, Becker school board members are postponing a vote on a proposed policy that would ban, quote, divisive concepts from being taught in the district's classrooms. The district has been threatened with legal action if they enact the policy, which board members say would ensure that all students and staff are treated fairly and respectfully. The policy would not allow the teaching of inherently divisive concepts, and political indoctrination would be banned. The U.S. Drought Monitor shows parts of Minnesota are experiencing drought conditions for the third consecutive year. Officials say the flash drought is confined to St. Cloud and the area south, with the Twin Cities hit the hardest. Climatologist Pete Boulay says in a 2-week period, the area jumped from abnormally dry conditions to severe drought. Dry conditions are persisting despite a wet spring, and Boulay says the dryness could leave crops with shallow roots. Well, we aim to make the Nightly Review a better way to stay informed when it comes to the news and events happening in the FM Metro. Please take a moment to show your support by subscribing and hitting the bell button below. Weather-wise, conditions today on the relatively cooler side for early August. Meteorologist Justin Storm is in the Skywatch Weather Center to tell us when we might see the warmer temperatures again.
Thanks, Tom. As we head through the rest of this evening, we'll continue to see partly cloudy conditions across the area, with wind out of the north-northwest around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures will cool into the mid and upper 50s throughout tonight under mostly clear skies. The wind will go light and variable, but it will pull out of the south for your Thursday between 15 and 25 and gusting higher at times. With partly cloudy skies, temperatures will reach into the upper 80s, and for your Friday, a slight chance for some thunder showers in the morning. Partly sunny throughout the afternoon with temperatures in the 90s. It will be windy with another chance for some scattered storms Friday evening into Friday night.
It could happen to you or someone you love. One moment, one diagnosis can change everything. Thankfully, there's a program that helps caring people uplift families through a crisis. Lend a Hand Up, raising financial help and hope through community benefits and online campaigns. A program that boosts generosity so gifts go further. Lend a Hand Up helps you help your neighbors. Learn more and give at lendahandup.org.
Welcome back to the Nightly Review. For the one-on-one conversation tonight, the latest on the plan to build a new multi-million-dollar water park and 125-room hotel in Fargo. Epic, the company behind the project called The Wave, tells us the water park will be the biggest in the state. Eric Goulst is the water park and hotel director. He first provided an overview of the development.
Sure thing. So we're building a 50,000 square foot water park, indoor water park, at Anderson Park, which is right off of 45th Street and south in 94. It's going to be a great place, obviously. So we're going to have some of the attractions. We will have a lazy river with a wave component. We'll have a drop slide that will drop you 40 feet into a flush bowl. We'll have an activity pool. Kids can shoot basketball hoops. We will have another drop slide that will take you down a small slide. It'll drop you 8 feet into the water. We're going to have a play station for the kids where there'll be a drop bucket. There'll be, for the little ones, there'll be a splash pad. We're going to also have, obviously, kind of the non-amenities or the non-wet amenities. We'll have a snack bar. We'll have lockers. We'll have cabanas. We're going to build a 125-room, 7-story hotel as well. That will be attached. We haven't named it yet. We're going to have a flag on it, so we're waiting to make a decision on what franchise flag will go on it. And then we'll also have a 500 to 600 space parking structure attached as well. So all inclusive, all included.
Goulst says he expects the development to serve as a hub in attracting other commercial and retail development.
Yeah, so we're trying to make this a fully destinated venue. So Fargo being kind of still building, and kind of, you can see the growth obviously. So Epic's building, we're building, and this project is going on the Eola project. So yeah, we hope to attract everybody, and we expect families from all over North Dakota to come, and yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be the largest water park in North Dakota.
Goulst also gave some details on the project's price tag and the timing, including the expected completion date.
The water park will probably cost in around $24 to $26 million. The hotel, same thing as well. We're looking to break ground in the fall, hopefully, but by no later than the spring, and we should have everything ready to go by late 2024.
I asked Goulst why Epic chose Fargo and why now.
Great question. Well, Fargo's growing. So, and I was very lucky to be selected by Epic to join back in March. So I've only been here for 5 months. Fargo's a great city. It's growing. It's centrally located, with, of course, Moorhead, an hour from Grand Forks and 3 hours from Minneapolis. So I think it's a perfect location for it.
I'd like to thank Eric Goulst, Epic's Water Park and Hotel Director, for joining me for tonight's one-on-one conversation. The Water Park and Hotel is planned for 45th Street in Fargo, just south of Interstate 94. The project's expected to be complete by the fall of 2024. Well, that will do it for this Wednesday night, August 3rd, 2022. I'm Tom Tucker. Thanks for watching the Nightly Review.